I just spent over $100 for me and two of my friends to eat at Chipotle, and the worst part is, it wasn't even that good. So today I'm showing you guys this one-pot steak and rice skillet that's cheaper and healthier at home. Meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen. All right guys, so here we have two strip steaks that I got from the store. These were about $12.50, $13 each, so $26 in total for a little over a pound and a half of steak. Probably could have got a cheaper cut of steak if I wanted to, but these strips look really nice. You can get sirloin for a little bit cheaper than this as well, or shaved ribeye. You can even use ground beef for this recipe if you want. But today we're going with the strips, 26 bucks there. 2 cups of yellow rice, very inexpensive. Some peppers and onions, herbs, lime, tomato paste, some chipotles and adobo, a little cilantro. This whole meal can come together for $30, $32. And you get about 4 servings out of that. So beats the hell out of the 3 portions of Chipotle I just got for $100. All right, so next up, I'm gonna go ahead and cut these New York strips into steak bites. So about an inch, inch and a half cubes, so to speak. And then we're gonna season them up, and we're gonna cook them in the same skillet that we're gonna eventually cook the rice in as well. Now, one thing to keep in mind when you're eating out, if you're on your health journey like me and just trying to, be conscious of your calorie intake and your protein, macronutrients, all that good stuff, eating out can really throw a wrench in that, because a lot of times you don't know exactly how much oil they're using on stuff, what kind of oil they're using. I mean, 1 tablespoon of oil is about 120 calories. If you're eating out at Chipotle, they might hit your steak with 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil when they're cooking it. And that's going to add up, quickly. That could throw off your entire goals for the day, being 300-400 calories over by something that you didn't even realize you were eating. If you're cooking at home, you can monitor that a little bit better, measure all of your ingredients, and make sure that you're getting the right nutrients in. So we're gonna go ahead and cube up this steak, hit it with some salt, and sear it. We're gonna add plenty of seasoning later, but I'm going with just salt for right now. And just 1 tablespoon of oil. All right, so when it comes to cooking oils, you have your avocado oils, your olive oils, which are on the healthier end of the spectrum. There's a lot of hoopla on the internet right now about seed oils. I try to avoid those as much as possible. It's basically impossible in today's world, but avocado oil, olive oil are your best bets. I will say that again, just like olive oil, avocado oil has about 120 calories per tablespoon. So what I like to do is use the avocado oil spray or the olive oil spray, which has 0 calories, to go ahead and get the pan lubricated, then add my tablespoon. That way I'm cutting back at least 100 or 200 calories in the recipe. So before I knew anything about tracking calories and macros, I used to eat at Chipotle all the time when I worked at a call center, and I gained a lot of weight. I thought I was eating healthy, but I really was eating about 1,300 calories per bowl, with a side of chips, side of guac, double protein, which probably was the healthiest part of my choices back then. Get a side tortilla, you can make a little burrito. I was wilding out. But now that I know what I'm doing, I track my calories a lot better, more accurately, and I've lost a whole lot of weight since those days, to the tune of about 65 pounds in total. You guys didn't know me when I was fat back then. So we're gonna add our steak to our hot skillet, get a good crust, good sear on both sides. Cook it most of the way through, then we're gonna remove it, let it rest while we cook our rice, and then fold everything together all in the same skillet. Now my friends, it's time to get started on the rice. For that, we're gonna get started with our onions and bell pepper. I have red, green, bell pepper, we got onion. You could also add jalapenos if you want, but I got the chipotles and adobo, so I don't wanna go too crazy on the spice here. We're just gonna mix that same skillet, didn't remove anything but the steak. All that fat and flavor is still down at the bottom, and that's gonna be the foundation of flavor for this rice. So we're gonna get the party started by sauteing these veggies. I'm gonna also add in a good 1.5 tablespoons or so of garlic. You use fresh garlic if that's what you got. I got this tube here that we need to get rid of, and I like the flavor that it provides as well. I'm gonna also add in 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And then I'm gonna use just the juice from the chipotles and adobo. Now, if you really enjoy spice, you can blend up that whole jar and pour the whole thing in there. It's gonna be smoky, delicious, but it is gonna have quite a bit of heat involved as well. So if your family likes spicy food, go that route. If not, trust me when I strain off the peppers. We'll use that for something else. I'll put it in a Ziploc or a container, put it in the fridge for another recipe. Now, what I really love about yellow rice is it comes pre-seasoned. I add a little bit more to it, but it's pretty damn good right out of the pack. I'm gonna add some AP seasoning. We're gonna add some cumin, a little pinch of salt and pepper at the very end if it's needed. Some fresh herbs, the kind you cook with, not the kind that cook you. A little rosemary and thyme. It's gonna enhance the flavor of the steak. Now it's time to go in with our 2 cups of yellow rice. Yellow rice is basically just regular parboiled rice. It has turmeric, annatto for color. Some of them have, you know, other seasonings as well, but that's kind of what makes it yellow rice, is those 2 things as far as the color goes and the flavor. We're gonna give that a mix. Just really toast that rice, allow that rice to absorb the fat and the flavor that's in the skillet. And then for the 2 cups of rice, we're going in with 4 cups of chicken broth or water. This is low sodium, so we can, you know, add our own as needed. Gonna give this a mix, bring it up to a boil, then put a lid on it and reduce it down to a gentle simmer for about 20-25 minutes. All right, guys, so for the last 5 minutes or so of the cook time, we're gonna add the steak back to the rice, give it a good mix, make sure most or all of the liquid is evaporated. A little bit's okay because, you know, we don't want it to be super dry. Parboiled yellow rice can withstand a little bit more mixing than, say, a white rice would, where you wouldn't really want to touch it. That's another reason why I like to use it for this recipe. We're gonna go ahead and plate it up, a bed of the rice, plenty of that steak, a little sour cream, some lime zest, and some cilantro. A quick reminder, guys, you can find this recipe and all of my recipes at MrMakeItHappen.com. This is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is dig in for the taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. Let's dig in for the taste test. I've already kind of tasted it, but we got to do it for the camera, huh? Steak's not overcooked, which I'm sure some people in the comments were gonna say that it probably is, being that it's a steak and rice skillet. Cooked perfectly. Rice has the perfect amount of spice to it. Smokiness from the chipotle, the lime zest to finish really sets it off. A little bit of that sour cream. This is good.